Hey everyone, it's Raphael the Film Nerd here. This is Mario. He has a moustache. He's an Italian. He's a plumber, and he stomps on turtles. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. What were you expecting? Everyone knows who Mario is, even if they haven't played the games that much. And on this channel, I have talked about Mario the movie. I've mentioned Mario the other movie in brief parts. Let's also not forget Mario the comic. I would really like to see Nintendo make more of these, but they just don't for some reason. I've never really talked about Mario the game that much on the channel though, or at least I haven't made an entire video dedicated to the games, but that's going to change today, because today this is not only my first ever video game review video, this is also my first video game analysis video, and it's dedicated to the games. And with the games, there are two series by the Nintendo and Mario franchise in particular that come to mind. There's Mario Kart, because you know, why wouldn't it? It's friggin' epic. And you'd be surprised how many people I've seen actually getting drawn into the brand from playing Mario Kart, whereas otherwise they would have had zero knowledge about it. And of course, there is the platformers, which has now commonly become known as the Super Mario series, or the mainstream series for all us Nintendo normies. Now, with Nintendo's most current system, if you don't count the Switch Lite, the Nintendo Switch, that has two mainstream platformer titles on it. Super Mario Odyssey, one of the best 3D Mario games I think I've ever played in my life, next to 3D World, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the most recent mainstream game, and has pretty much been praised by fans and critics alike as the necessary reboot for the otherwise very bland and kind of done-to-death 2D platformers, which we've been seeing. New Super Mario Bros., New Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Mario Bros. This, and New Super Mario Bros. that. Now, I can just sense that in the comment section, someone's going to be going, actually, what about New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe? Yeah, well, I got an answer for you, buddy. That is literally just a remake of the actual New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, which is already a remake of New Super Mario Bros. U to begin with. The only real difference thing is that you can play as Nabbit in both games, and why the hell would I care about that? And it was responsible for creating the Super Crown power-up. If you guys want to know where I stand on the Super Crown power-up, I can assure you, I have nothing nice to say about it. Nothing nice at all. So, with that aside, let's take a look at these two games. Where do they sit? Which one's better? Which one's worse? Is there even a worse? Not really, but there's so many things to talk about with both of these games, and as a Mario nerd with a lot of Mario merch in the back, in case if you can't really see, and also Mario drip, I am more than excited to bore you guys to death with all the stuff that I've experienced playing both of these games. We're going to be comparing them between different aspects which I think make a good video game, and we will see who wins in the end. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, by the way. I'm super lonely. You guys have no idea how lonely I am right now. And enjoy the video. Also, don't forget to tell me in the comments section which of these two games is your favorite. I did do a voting poll on it. I'm surprised people actually reacted to that. But feel free to do that. Let's go with the video. The first thing we're going to explore is world building. This one's pretty straightforward. Like with a lot of fictional media formats, world building is one of the most important key elements in a video game. If you don't have an engaging world to explore throughout the game, you don't have a good game. And pretty much all of the Mario platformers introduce us to amazing new worlds to explore, or different versions of the same world from time to time. And both of the Switch game platformers do something that the series hasn't done in a long time, and take the location of the games way outside of the Mushroom Kingdom. Super Mario Bros. Wonder introduces us to the Flower Kingdom, which may have been taken from the 1986 Japanese anime movie Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach. Yeah, I remember that movie existed. I know, I'm pathetic. But joking aside, not only do the water painting style graphics really make this world pop, but all the different geographical locations in this game have a unique and trippy vibe to them that makes it as clear as possible that this is not your usual 2D Mario side-scroller. And I mean trippy in a very literal sense when the characters get access to certain power-ups in the game. So Wonder has a great new kingdom to explore, but Odyssey has several of them, and is probably the furthest Mario has been taken away from the Mushroom Kingdom in the platformers since Mario Galaxy 2, and that game came out over a decade ago. It'll take a while to list all the kingdoms in this game, but to mention a few good ones, you have the Cap Kingdom, the Lakeside Kingdom, New Donk City, Steam Gardens, and even the Moon. Plus you unlock the Mushroom Kingdom and 2 other kingdoms set on the Moon once you clear story mode, and collect a certain amount of these cube-shaped rock things. So the first point is going to Odyssey. The next thing we're going to be looking at is playable characters. In Mario Odyssey, you can play as 2 characters in story mode, Mario and Cappy. Yeah, that's great. However, 2-player co-op mode. Player 1 is Mario doing all the hard work, while player 2 barely gets to do anything as Cappy when he's thrown at an enemy or a wall. This game was not made for co-op mode. I mean, yes, it was made for co-op mode, but it shouldn't have been. Oh, you get to play as Luigi at the end of story mode, but only for this one online minigame, of course. Why the hell would I want to wait to play as Luigi? I want to play as Luigi now, damn it. They seriously couldn't have just had Mario and Luigi as the 2-player 1 and player 2 characters like in every other game? Oh no, apparently not. But in Mario Bros. Wonder, I can do that and heaps more. Because in this game, not only can you play as Red Luigi and actual Luigi, you can play as Princess Peach, Toadette, 2 other Toads, a bunch of Yoshis, and even frickin' Princess Daisy. That last inclusion is a milestone in itself. And who knows, maybe Waluigi could...
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Oh yeah, Nabbit is in the game as well. But I'm going to be frank here, Nabbit is hands down the worst playable character in the game. What's your deal, man? Oh, not dying? Wow, guess what? The Yoshis can do that, but they at least have cool abilities like eating enemies and the flutter jump. What can you do, Nabbit? Nothing! You can't even use power-ups! Useless! Anyway, Wonder wins this round. Oh, and talking of power-ups, let's get into power-ups. Odyssey doesn't really have any power-ups, so let's forget about that. In Wonder, however, they're literally everywhere. So as well as the usual inclusion of stuff like mushrooms, stars, and flowers, there's a new flower that shoots out bubbles that you can use to trap enemies in and use as platforms. You've also got Wonder Seeds that transform the world around you in many weird and innovative ways I don't think I've seen Nintendo use in any Mario game before. There's also... the bubble balloon from Super Mario World that inflates your body into a balloon. And how can I forget about the elephant apple, which turns you into an obese furry? I mean, a really innovative and great new character design. I don't know which of these I want to kill with fire first. Oh yeah, there's also the drill power-up that turns you into a drill. Anyway, Wonder wins the power-up round. And there's only one thing more iconic than power-ups in the Mario games, and that's the enemies. This was probably the trickiest one to make comparisons between because, you know, both of these games have the classic Mario enemies in them, Goombas, Cheep Cheeps, Koopas, but both of these games also have new enemies in them as well. In Odyssey, you have some weird ones like these woodpeckers you can possess and use to climb walls with their beaks. There's also these tomatoes that you can hit and they melt into puddles of lava. And then there's my personal favourite, the tanks. You possess these ones and you can blast the absolute crap out of everything in your path. Yeah, get him! Anywho, moving on to Wonder, and you have these armadillos, fish that are shaped like Doritos chips, snails, singing piranha plants, and slime, because most video games these days just don't have enough slime-themed enemies in them, you know? This was a hard decision to make because both of these games have cool new enemies in them as well as the old ones, but honestly, I'm going to give this point to Odyssey, because as cool as the Wonder enemies are, actually having the ability to turn into enemies in Odyssey has got to be a winning point for anyone. And since we've taken a look at the basic enemies in both games, let's take a look at the bosses.
Explosion sounds and pixelated explosions, boom ha ha ha.
Mario platformers haven't been the best when it comes to most of their in-game bosses, or at least not a large majority of the 2D platformers. Stomping on the one boss 3 times before they die might look hard for first comers when the bosses can turn into spinning shells of death or launch fire at you, but just try playing these boss fights for a whole game and you'll come to find that the bosses are not up to Polio's standards. Now, Wonder has some good boss fights with Bowser Jr. at first because he uses the Wonder Seed's powers to change the size of himself, the player, or alter the foreground and background in some way. But once again, if you can stomp on him 3 times, he's dead.
Fucking dead.
The Odyssey bosses, however, not counting these stupid Koopaling ripoffs, are way better. because you don't stomp on these bosses to kill them. No, sometimes you have to possess a chain chomp to launch it into their face, but other times you'll have to possess a tank and shoot at this robot centipede's glowing robo-tumors, but stay out of the way of some portals that will show up behind you in the background before he runs into you like a batshit murder train. Now that's variety. Odyssey wins this round, but in regards to the game's final bosses, I think I preferred Wonder's final boss over Odyssey's. Only because Wonder didn't reuse the same fight against Bowser twice in two different worlds. The final aspect between the two games I wanted to take a look at was the voice acting, particularly Mario's voice. Charles Martinet's iconic and energetic Italian accent brought new dimensions to Mario's character, and that vocal performance has made him one of the most celebrated voice actors in gaming since 1996. As usual, Charles's voice suits Mario's character perfectly in Odyssey, and even though he doesn't really speak any fully constructed sentences, he does something simplistic but charming with the voice, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Now, some of you might not know this, but Charles Martinet doesn't actually voice Mario or Luigi in Mario Bros. Wonder. In fact, he doesn't voice any of these characters in the games anymore because he has now retired from voice acting and taken up the role of the Mario Ambassador for the US? What even is that? Wait, even he doesn't know what that is? Well, what the heck? Anyway, the voice actor in Wonder, this guy, is honestly doing an okay impression of Charles's Mario and Luigi voices, even if it sounds a bit off-key in parts. I'd say give it time, and the voices will probably get better from it.
Yeah, Mario time!
I'm sorry, what?
Excellent!
You know what? No, I take that back. This sounds really stilted and awkward. I could do a better job than that. Anyone could. In fact, you know what? Give me a second. I'ma go prove it.
Hey everybody, Greenfilmsofficial here. Now today, I'm gonna be reviewing Mouse Hunt. Jeez!
I need you to voice Mario for me.
Why?
It's kind of a long story, but basically I was saying that the guy who's voicing Mario isn't doing a good job and that anyone else could do it. And you're anyone, right?
Oh, very nice.
Don't make this weird, just do some Mario voices.
Waha! Yahoo! Let's go! Hey.
It's all ruined.
Hey, it's okay. I mean, come on, it's not over yet. They can find someone else to voice Mario.
Who else are they going to get to voice Mario?
No, God! No! Don't do it!
So we've come to an end, and it looks like that Mario Odyssey came out on top. But don't get me wrong, these are both really great games, and I would highly recommend them to you if you are a fan of the Mario franchise or a fan of platformer games. Thanks for watching this video. I had a great fun making it, and also thanks to my pal Greenfilmsofficial for agreeing to make a cameo in this video. And remember, if you're not watching this channel, you're gonna turn into a Goomba, like this.